The first area that I want to go to is client business development modules. These are modules that have been developed. There's currently 13 of them. Over the next year or so, there'll be another 7 added, so we'll have a total of around 20. And these are papers and other information that has been assembled to enable accountants to assist in the education of their clients. ESS Biz Tools has been developed unashamedly on the basis that it's helping accountants to perform a chief financial officer's role for their clients. One of the key requirements to do this is to better educate the small, medium enterprise community in Australia as to the services that a practicing accountant performing the role of Chief Financial Officer can deliver to their clients. Unfortunately, most of the publicity and promotional activity of accounting firms over the last 30 years has been directed on income tax matters. ESS Biz Tools, whilst it has some material on income tax, basically doesn't concern itself too much with income tax because our prime objective is to supply material which will assist accountants to deliver business development strategies. So what you have on the screen there at present is a list of the modules. You'll notice government assistance has been ruled out because it's currently being updated and will be released at the end of January next year, and it will be launched at the 2020 Asia Pacific Accountants Conference on the Gold Coast on the 7th of February. So if we go back and log into one of them, we're going to log into purchasing or commencing a business. This is someone that would normally be new to management. You'll notice there's a happy face there and it's got a yellow streak through it. That means that if you are a guest login, you can view this material and you can in fact download it. What you come to first of all is a introduction, a summary overview, and what the idea is we have grouped papers together that we believe are linked to enable you to forward those to your clients. Some of our subscribers send them by mail, others do it by email, and others print them up as a booklet. That's your choice, but we recommend you send them out in the series installments that we are showing you on the screen now, because if you send all this material to the client in one mail out or one delivery, I think there's a fair likelihood the client won't get round to reading it. But if it's broken down into these series, well, hopefully they'll read it. And what we're hoping will happen from this is the client will be better educated in the type of services that an accountant can supply to the client, and they'll come back looking for you to undertake some of the work. We're also very mindful that a number of small business clients are very protective on releasing of information to anyone, including their professional accounting advisor, because they're worried about confidentiality. And this primarily relates to an SME operator who is inventing a new product or service and wishes to maintain confidentiality for possible registration of patent purposes. The patent attorneys have made it very clear to inventors that they need to have very strict confidentiality about their investments. And unfortunately, what one of the results of this that I've observed is that some people have spent considerable sums of money in research and development that wasn't undertaken in a company. So at some later date, they've found out that they're unable to claim the accelerated income tax deductions, or probably even more importantly, the income tax credits that you can obtain if your turnover is under $2 million and you're trading at a loss, because they've been operating their businesses in the wrong entity. So what we have deliberately done is in Series 1, which I'm showing you on the screen again now, is included the paper on research and development tax rebates for small business immediately after the paper on companies. And hopefully if someone is undertaking major research and development activities and they're doing it as a sole trader or a partnership, and they then read the material which tells them that to gain the accelerated deductions or rebates, they need to be operating in a company, but they'll come and talk to their accountant about it. And this could lead to some restructuring work so that the client is not penalised, and so that clients, small business operators, are not going around being critical of their accountants, because I can assure you there are a number of people very critical of accountants because they claim they weren't told the distinctions between who can claim research and development and who can't. It's very difficult for the accountants to give advice if they don't know what the client is doing. So hopefully we're trying to overcome a problem that exists in some situations. What we'll do now is download that first series of papers. So you receive a slide like we've got on the screen now. You click on the download button, and what that's going to do is give us these papers in their own module, so there's no chance of them getting mixed up with other papers within the system. They'll be there, and they're in a format which will now allow them to be easily mailed or emailed to the client. We just got to download them, get them into Word. So what we're receiving now is the documents in a Word format. You can edit the material if you wish as a subscriber, but you're then responsible for it. You can add some additional material if you wish, but again, obviously, you're then responsible for that. What we have here is a list of the information that's contained within this module. So you have, first of all, a letter, which we're suggesting you email or place on a letterhead and mail to your client. It's an explanation as to why you are sending this information to the client. And we believe that this is a service that most accountants in Australia don't supply to their clients, but the accountants who are subscribers, members of ESS BizTools, certainly can. And we think it is significantly assisting in the differentiation of your business compared to other accountancy firms, that hopefully the client or the prospect will talk about it when they go to the pub or the golf course or whatever on the weekend. So there's a letter to go with each survey. There is also a series survey form. You would brand this at the top with your firm name, and in the instruction manual it tells you how to do that. What we're asking your client then to do is to tell you how helpful they found the papers that were forwarded to them. And then down a bit further, we're asking, first of all, what other topics would you like covered in this material? Now, some of the comments that they're likely to make might relate to material that we're going to forward, or you're going to forward to them in subsequent series mail-outs. But it also might highlight some other issues that the client's got some concern about. And also we're asking, do you want to make an appointment to discuss in more detail the concept of your purchasing or commencing a business? So what we're trying to do is to give you the material to encourage the client to be asking more questions relative to business development activities relating to their business or proposed business, and obviously to your accountancy business. So we'd ask you to make sure you receive these back from the client so that you can analyse and make some phone calls and have the the client's aware that your firm has been very proactive in supplying the business development services. So what I'm doing now is opening one of the papers. This paper is the very first one, Small Business Overview. Each paper is set out exactly the same as this one, so there is room above the double blue lines to insert your firm name, address, email, postal, web addresses, etc. And the instruction manual sets out how to do that. The Word documents are linked, so you just click on any of the headings and it will take you to that item within the paper. So we'll just scroll through a paper. So this is the Word version of the paper, and as I indicated earlier, this can be edited, but you're then responsible for it. Our surveys to our subscribers indicate that there's virtually no editing going on. People are accepting what we're sending to them because primarily this service is to assist you in undertaking your duties and trying to save busy accountants time. All of this material is prepared by accountants and support staff who have had considerable experience in accountancy firms and in the delivery of material via the web. So that's a paper. Some papers have attachments to them, addendums. Some don't. But, you have there the papers that are forwarded to the client. We won't go through all those. As this one's a free one on the website, you can go there and view it yourself. The following week, you would then send the next series. I'm not going to go through those. It just takes too long, but we download the next lot and send them out, and then so on. So this is the sort of work within your office that you could delegate to an assistant to make sure that on a weekly or a different period of time, if you wish, but whatever you decide, the material can go to the client. There's a letter with each series, and there is a survey form. And hopefully this will lead to additional business development services being sought by your client.